Hello, Pro Wrestling Ontario fans. I am Kevin the Intern, being joined currently by a man who, since returning to the Ontario wrestling scene in 2019, has taken it by storm. Ladies and gentlemen, Devin Parkside. Thanks for being with me today, Devin.
Thanks, Kevin. I appreciate the time, and yeah, let's get at it.
Yeah, well, as we both know, and I'm sure everyone watching at home knows, you have a big match coming up. November 26th, the 4th annual Iron Cup, title versus career. I quit against Rip Impact. Everything's on the line for this one here.
Yep.
Long time coming. You could argue this goes back at least a year to last year's Iron Cup.
Oh, yeah, definitely. I mean, anyone doesn't know, Iron Cup last year, made it to the second round, got concussed, Steve Brown dropped me on my head. Love you, Steve. Couldn't compete, and Rip decides to still give me a report. Like,
I mean, I was there live. I could see the disdain in your face. You felt betrayed, let down by someone you've trained side by side with for the better part of both of your careers.
Yep.
What was going through your mind that evening after you sort of processed what had happened?
well, nothing was going through my mind that evening because I didn't remember anything, but days after, I don't know, I'm still at a loss for words. It's been a year, and I'm still at a loss for words. Like, I don't know. Rip and I have known each other 20 years now, and it still bothers me that he did what he did.
Very understandable. You could argue even this goes back a little bit further. September of 2021, you and Rip faced off one-on-one at the first show back after the pandemic. Apologies are for the week, live in Burlington.
Yeah.
Great outdoor show, great venue. You guys were having a hell of a match. Very fair, going back and forth. You did end up picking up the victory. However, afterwards, Ryan Knight had a word with Rip, and he was quoted as saying, "This will never happen again," referring to, of course, you defeating him.
Yeah.
What was going through your mind during that match? It started off very fair, but as it went on, he seemed to be getting frustrated in more ways than one.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, that's first show back during the pandemic, right? I tried to train as much as I could within the lockdown restrictions when we could, and I don't know, I guess he took me lightly. I don't know, you know. I just wanted to be as competitive and, you know, put as best showing as I can because, you know, that was my third match back since coming, you know, since returning to wrestling, and I just wanted to put a good foot forward. Why, you know, he said that, I don't know. You know, I guess he just took me lightly. Maybe Rip and I have a history. You know, 2007, 15 years ago, right before I retired, we were actually a trios team with Matt Bison, and we were champions, and you know, we were facing our opponents, and we lost our championships one night in August, and I got upset, and I blasted him in the head with a chair. You know, maybe...
So that's one way to go about it.
Yeah, you know, and then I retired. So maybe this is something that, you know, stems from that. Maybe he just didn't like the fact that the students picked up a victory over a teacher, because he was having a lot of teacher versus student matches around that time, and he was winning all of them. So maybe that was it. Kevin, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know.
That's fair. I mean, with a situation like this, someone you've been up and down the roads with for years and years, I can understand you'd be at a little bit of a loss for words. Well, let's fast forward a little bit to earlier this year, March.
Yeah.
Bad Vibrations, Rip Impact, with this newfound disgusting attitude, this willingness to take shortcuts. He did find himself picking up the PWO Internet Championship, a championship previously held by Kobe Durst.
Yes.
A championship that has been held by Wade Allen. Great lineage for the few years this championship has been around. And now you're going to have an opportunity to dethrone him. Once again, putting it all on the line, career versus title.
Yep.
Now I understand this is more so about getting to Rip than it is about becoming a champion.
100%.
But what does adding your name to that list of champions mean to you?
Again, like you said, the title's secondary. win this match. It's always been secondary. I need to end the Steel City success story, to be quite honest with you. But, you know, in my career, I really haven't had too many opportunities, you know, at championships. You know, sure, currently I'm an NSW Tag Team Champion with my partner Mark Shaw, and that's awesome. But singles competitors, like, it's never really been in the cards for me. So when, in 2 weeks' time or so, I go out there and I beat up Rip Impact and take that championship away from him, it's going to mean a lot to me. You know, it's hopefully going to put me out there, not just in PWO's atmosphere, but to the rest of Ontario, maybe even Quebec, and say, hey, you know, Devin Parkside is someone that you need to take seriously, regardless of how old he is, regardless of how much time he took off. He can go. He's just as good as some of the other Ontario guys that you know, our auto includes, just when you're talking about who's good in Ontario Indy right now. I would like the opportunity to be included in that, and if I can win this championship, when I win this championship, hopefully my name will start to circulate around Ontario a little bit more.
Well, as we both know, that's one of your only two options when November 26th comes around. It's win the championship, or as Rip challenged you to, you will have to retire.
Yep.
It would be a shame if something like that were to happen. However, let's talk a little bit about Once Upon a Time in Hamilton Night 2, the real setup for this contest.
Yep.
Rip Impact was in a 2 out of 3 falls match against Corey Stone. It was the final fall. You came out and you caused a distraction, which caused Rip to lose that final fall.
Good.
Fair point. However, afterwards there was let's say a little bit of an issue that went down in the ring. The whole locker room had to kind of come out and separate you guys, and more times than one did they fail when you guys broke apart, met back in the ring, started just absolutely hammering one another. What caused you to want to come out that evening and challenge Rip to not only one more match, but to an I Quit match?
Well, first and foremost, Kevin, let's not forget Once Upon a Time in Hamilton, Night 1, Part 1. Rip Impact blindsided me after my 15-minute marathon match with Alessandro Del Bruno.
Hell of a match, by the way.
Thank you. But he clocked me in the back of the head with that championship and then applied the most stiffest crossface I have ever been in my life. He's cost me matches. He's been in my head. I just saw the opportunity that turnabout is fair play, and if we're honest, we need to keep in mind, I didn't touch him. I just shifted his focus temporarily. See, I didn't have to resort to any underhanded tactics. And, you know, he deserved to lose. He's not worthy of being a dual internet champion. He's not worthy of anything. I hate that man. I hate you, Rip. Understand that. He's got to get everything that's coming to him. One more time, because I know why that brawl happened and why I challenged him to an I Quit match and why I'm stupid enough to put my career on the line. I hate Rip Impact. This dance has been going on for 20 years. Back in the day, I was the jerk. Now, he's the jerk. I need to end the Steel City success. I need to end the Steel City success story. That's how much I hate him. I can't even get words out properly. You know, I quit because I Quit match, there's nothing he can do. Everything's legal. And I want him to say, I quit. Regardless if it's dusk till dawn. Regardless if I throw him off that balcony. Regardless if I put him through 5 tables. Whatever it's going to take, I want him to quit. Because he does not deserve, with his current attitude, to be stepping in the PWO ring and committing the actions that he's doing. He wants my career. I'm an idiot for agreeing, but if it's the only way I'm going to get my hands on Rip Impact, one of two things is going to happen. I'm going to end the Steel City success story, or I'm going to end my career. Either way, the outcome is the same. It's done. No more Rip Impact versus Devon Parkside. It's over. And it needs to be over. Not only for the sake of PWO, but for my own sanity.
All right, well, you heard it from the man himself here, Devon Parkside. Thanks again for being with me today. It all goes down November 26, 2022, the 4th annual Iron Cup, Devon Parkside versus Rip Impact, title versus career, I Quit match. Thank you very much.